Hello my dudes, welcome back to the second channel. Finally, we are here today to talk about the Hermes game and the privilege of spending thousands of dollars to earn the chance to buy another expensive thing.
My Birkin. Another Birkin. But what makes these two Birkins different?
Why did no one tell me that you can't just buy a Birkin bag? You need to be offered one, and for that to happen, you need to build a relationship with the brand and sales associate. You need to be a regular customer and spend money at Hermes, and maybe, just maybe, then you'll be offered one.
Wow, cool, a bag.
You like it?
Hello, I'm a girl, it's a purse.
Not just a purse, it's a Birkin bag.
If you know Hermes bags, you know that you have to be put on a wish list to buy a Birkin or a Kelly, and you can be waiting years.
For some reason, I've become captivated by this. It came across my TikTok within the last few years, people talking about this process of trying to go to Hermes and buy usually a Birkin, sometimes a Kelly bag. These are very expensive luxury bags. And this world is like an entirely foreign concept to me, okay? I'm not really a luxury designer person. I've never been into an Hermes store. And of course, as I talk about like overconsumption pretty often on my channels, I'm very interested in luxury shoppers. Like, what's going on? What's the appeal for you? I don't get it. I'm trying to understand, maybe. Okay, so let's get into it. The white whales in this situation, so to speak, are the Birkin and the Kelly, named after Jane Birkin and Grace Kelly, respectively. These are hand sewn. They're made in France by leather artisans. It's extremely high quality, extremely like intensive craftsmanship. But of course, it's also more than that. It's not just, oh, this is a really good bag. Having, especially a Birkin, is seen as such a major status symbol. It is proof of your wealth and your value, especially in a certain class. And you might be thinking, okay, it's an expensive bag. Some Hermes bags are like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 and up. But it's not just that you have to pay for the bag itself. You actually have to buy the opportunity to even be offered a chance to buy the bag. Right. The thing about these bags, these are known as the quota bags, because there's a limit of 2 per year, like worldwide. Even if you shopped in different Hermes stores, they would limit you, and it would be very unlikely that the average shopper would be able to get the chance to buy 2 bags a year even. But they're quota bags, and a big part of the appeal is the artificial scarcity, which is, I guess it's real scarcity, but it's intentional scarcity. That's part of the intrigue. That's part of the elitism, the allure. That's why securing one of these bags, securing the bag as they say, that's not where that comes from. Securing one of these bags is seen as an accomplishment in itself. So the idea of getting your first Birkin or your first Kelly, or eventually having a collection of Birkins and showing off your closet full of them, you know, it puts you on the level of like the Kylie Jenners, the Kardashians, the other collectors of luxury fairs. I ended up watching Abby Cox's video about Hermes, and this is a lot more about like the production and whether they are worth the amount that they go for, like, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 a bag a lot of times. That's a different question that I'm trying to explore. We're just here to giggle today, okay? But I do recommend watching that video because it was very interesting. Also, just quickly want to mention, it's not that I think that a luxury hand-sewn bag should be cheap. Definitely not. I think many items, clothing, especially hand-sewn pieces, should be expensive because they take so much specialized labor and incredibly high-quality materials. So it makes sense that these bags are expensive, but like that expensive? Anyway, I feel like I'm more interested in the consumer than the actual company for now. This video is definitely not going to be a deep dive into Hermes. I more so want to talk about the Hermes game and how it's portrayed on social media. The fact that it is shown to be this aspirational journey of shopping. But really, most of my thoughts regarding this topic are more about the income and wealth inequality. Just like the pure insanity that there are people who can just be casually shopping and racking up $5,000, $10,000 bills just trying to get the opportunity to buy more stuff. Just that they have that amount of disposable income to where like shopping for extremely luxury goods is just a hobby. Meanwhile, most people can't pay their bills. So, very interesting juxtaposition, I guess. Okay, so finally we have to get into the Hermes game. Let's say you're a bag lover, okay? And you've had your eye on a Birkin for years. It's your dream bag, and you've got the coin, okay? You've got 20, 30,000 in your pocket, chilling. Let me just go to the website or knock on the door of the store and say, hello, I would like my bag, please. No, you cannot simply go to a store and buy a bag, you idiot. No, you must play what is known as the Hermes game, which involves building a relationship with a sales associate, Some even say a long-term relationship. We're in a friendship recession. People are struggling to date, and yet we're being encouraged to channel our energy and time into our Hermes sales associate, naturally. You build a relationship with your sales associate, you visit your store regularly, and you have to buy shit. You have to buy shit because they're not gonna offer you the bag until you've proven yourself. So the game is, all right, I can buy some shoes. I'll buy some of those sandals. Oh, a little scarf, I'll buy that. How much could that be? How much more do you want me to spend? Oh, they won't tell you like a number. There's no official rule. You just keep shopping. You come back a couple more times. You buy a couple more pairs of flip-flops and a wallet, whatever. Then you chat with your sales associate, your buddy, your bestie, and you're like, hey, girly, are there maybe any bags in today? They're like, absolutely not. See you next time. But you better buy something or else. You're literally getting pressured, feeling obligated to potentially spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on stuff that you may or may not want or like, just for the opportunity to one day be offered the privilege of buying a Birkin. This is such rich people shit. I can't even fathom it, and it's so fascinating, but also really scary, but also, I don't know, it kind of feels like gambling, I guess. Like when you're just like, I'm in the mood to throw away money, I'm gonna be reckless. That's like when I buy $20 worth of scratchers. I'm like, anything could happen. Maybe this is gonna change my life. And then I make back $3. There is a whole argument about like Birkins and Kellys, like that they are like serious investment pieces, and I'm not gonna dig deep into that, but apparently they hold their value very well, and especially obviously the better, you know, condition they're in, and because they're such sought after bags, they can be extremely valuable if you ever want to resell. So like, you're not necessarily throwing away tens of thousands of dollars. It's an investment. But before we continue, this portion of today's video is sponsored by Kitsch. Kitsch is a hair care company best known for their shampoo and conditioner bars. I love that these cut down on single-use plastic. Each bar is equivalent to 2 plastic bottles, so they're better for the environment and great for my hair. Today, I want to share a few of my favorite products. These are the rosemary and biotin bars. My hair tends to fall very flat, so I need all the volumizing help I can get. I also have been using the brightening body wash bar, all set up in this cute little soap dish, which self-drains, so no soggy soap. If you've never used a shampoo bar, basically you can either lather it in your hands or you can rub the bar directly onto your hair. I like to focus just on my roots and mids, and you just lather it like usual. Same goes for conditioner, except I would focus on the ends. After my shower, I topped everything off with their texture sea salt spray, just to try to give my waves a little bit of a boost. Overall, my hair feels very soft and clean. I just washed today. And no joke, my mother-in-law even pointed out that my hair looks shinier. So next time you're shopping for hair care, check out Kitsch. You can use the link in my description to get 25% off your first order. Some commenters have made the point that rich people are so bored that they have to like make up new challenges for themselves. And I think that is an element to some of these situations. If you want to be part of the club of Birkin and Kelly Hermes owners, you have to put in the work, okay? And these rich people are so hardworking. They have to go to the store like 15 times a year. Oh my God, I'm being a little too petty right off the bat, okay? I'm trying to reel it back. I guess for Hermes customers, a huge part of the appeal is like how gratifying and validating it feels to be like chosen and offered this opportunity. It makes you feel special. And again, it proves your worth, your value, your literal wealth and ability to buy all this shit. And then of course you get to physically carry and show off your status symbol of your Birkin or Kelly. Let's watch some more clips. Me begging the Hermes sales associate to sell me a $10,000 bag.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool.
So again, you'll see people on social media either like live vlogging their pursuit of a Birkin.
Come with me to Hermes to see what my essay is gonna offer me. Hopefully a Birkin.
Showing the times that they've shopped and failed to be offered one.
We are outside of Hermes and I am trying to get a Birkin 30, 25, or 15 today. I pretty much already know that they are just not gonna give me one, but I don't know, fingers crossed. I really wanted 25.
This is probably like our 10th attempt at getting this bag.
I'm truly just baffled. Again, I'm not a luxury or designer girl. Like, my most designer stuff is like my everyday purse is a vintage Coach bag. Love it so much. I've just never personally been into it. Most of my life was pretty broke. Couldn't afford it anyway, and luckily I didn't yearn for it. Made my life a little better. You know, the type of person who's like, I have expensive taste. I do not. Sometimes I wish I did. I don't really have an eye for it. I'm not a huge shopper in general. So again, this is a window into a very interesting world for me. But just watching these reactions of people getting their Birkin.
I'm in Aspen, and I just blew a dummy bag at the Hermes store.
What happened?
Good Birkin.
What the fuck?
So guys, my essay from Hermes called me. I got the bag.
I'm in Paris! Bonjour! This is giving like college admissions energy. POV, you are 23 and you just bought your first Birkin with your own money and changed your core belief that only a man can buy it for you. And on one hand, I get it. Like, there's that classic like girl boss angle of like, get your own money, be your own rich man, as Cher said. Like, wow, financial independence, being able to rely on yourself and treat yourself once in a while. But again, like the goal being like, who can buy you a Birkin, a man or yourself? I'm like, does that have to be the goal? I don't know. There are definitely like material things that I've bought myself that I felt really proud about. Like when I bought my first car when I was like 17, it was a little junker, but I was really proud of it. I was really happy. I saw this comment that said, maybe consider changing your core values instead if getting a Birkin makes you cry. Ooh. It's still just crazy to watch the unboxings because I'm like, yeah, like we all know the feeling of being excited, opening up like something you bought, but I just can't relate to like what it feels like to buy something that cost thousands of dollars. And I'm trying to embody that feeling and I just have no idea. If you've ever bought anything that expensive, let me know. I think one of my most expensive things ever was my wedding dress, and I believe that was around $1,200, which in hindsight, regret it. Different topic, but yeah, I think that's definitely the most expensive like piece of clothing I've ever purchased. I think if I were unboxing a purse I just bought for 5 or 10 grand, I would feel so sick to my stomach. Just full of regret, being like, what the fuck? All that money for this purse? Okay, so I needed to look through the Hermes website to see how much money all these things cost, okay? Like again, if we're playing the game and we've got to buy a bunch of shit, what are we shopping for, right? Okay, I'll buy a keychain. 40 bucks? $40 keychain's a lot. Try a $90 washcloth, $200 children's plates, an $1,100 bath set, which is comprised of a washcloth, towel, and a hairbrush, a $2,700 diaper bag. But these are more the classic items, okay? An Hermes scarf, they all start at like $400, okay? And they can go up. These classic Oren sandals, these are like a favorite Hermes item, $840. I guess like I'm only familiar with the knockoffs because I'm like, oh, I've seen similar styles at like TJ Maxx or wherever. And yeah, I'm sure they're knockoffs of Hermes, that's the whole point. But still, I'm like, I don't think you can convince me that any pair of sandals is worth $840. Stressing me out, actually. Continuing on, there's home decor. There's all sorts of little bits and bobs. $900 throw pillows. This is where, okay, because some things I'm like, okay, artisan pieces that are like handcrafted, like wonderful materials, I get it. Like, again, rugs can be very expensive, especially high quality, like handmade ones, sure. What's in that $30,000 globe, huh? $17,000 picnic basket? At a point, I'm like, that's where you're falling for the brand propaganda. Like, clearly that's like such a huge portion of this is just like the obsession with the brand, with the logo. Like, you wouldn't buy that bath set if it was just from Target, but because it's Hermes and it's a status symbol, somebody out there is paying $1,100 to give this gift at a baby shower. And that bath towel is gonna get shat on, I don't know. By a baby, to be clear. Again, like I know every brand has to have their markup, like nobody is charging exactly what production of whatever thing costs, but that profit margin can be very wide and it's just kind of atrocious sometimes, okay?
Nobody knows for sure how much money you have to spend in order to get offered a bag. I think it is very different for everyone. However, I would say you need to spend a minimum of $10,000 to $20,000 before you're even offered a quota bag. It probably won't be the exact bag that you want. In fact, a lot of the times you are offered a bag that you didn't even ask for. And that is the Hermes Game.
This is my favorite part of the Hermes Game, is that you are not necessarily going to be offered the bag you want or the color or anything. I love that. It really is psychological warfare. They like invite you to the store. You go into your little room. They're like, we have something for you. And you're like, oh my God, this is it. And you open it up and it's like a shitty little bag in a color nobody wanted. And you're like, oh my God. Like thinking you're being proposed to and it turns out to be like a pair of earrings. Great. We've been together 8 years. It's fine. No, I'm happy. Then we've got the cheapy bags, the loser bags, as they're pretty much known. Like, yes, people buy these bags and they're nice, but they're definitely not a Birkin, okay? The Evelyn, a nice little crossbody. I would like this. This is my style of bag. $3,800. Okay? What? Who doesn't have $3,800 burning a hole in your pocket? And the kind of infamous Picotin, I think that's how it's pronounced, 4,000, right? There's actually kind of a running joke, I guess, of people, you know, getting a call from their sales associate and they're coming in, we have something for you. They go into the store, they're so excited, they open up the box, and it's a Picotin. Fuck! POV, Hermes offers you a Picotin and not a Birkin.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they have to pretend like they're excited because they've been offered a bag, which is a big deal, okay? You're in the leather department. I feel like I'm losing my mind because I've been in like Hermes mentally today. Yeah, you're there. You're being offered a bag, which is an honor. Don't question it. And here's your bag. And it's beautiful. And like whether or not you like the style of these bags, that doesn't even matter. Here's a bag. It's not the style you asked for because nobody asked for these ones. And it's definitely not the color you asked for because who cares about your preferences? And it's $4,000. Buy it. I dare you. Buy it or we'll never offer you the $20,000 bag you really want. And so these girlies are just like, all right, I love my little Picotin. I love my Evelyn.
I see someone doing an Hermes haul and they seem so annoyed and they're like, yeah, so I bought this blanket that I didn't even want and these shoes. And they were so pissed off and I was like, what is going on? And then they eventually said, yeah, I'm just trying to get my spending up and continue to build a relationship with my sales associate.
To be mad about feeling forced into spending thousands of dollars on stuff you didn't want, again, it's a problem many people would love to have. That's just so funny. And to like post about it, to be like pissed off and be like, I had to get my spending up. Ugh, what could I do? I had to buy the things I didn't want. Again, rich people problems are so in another world. That's crazy. Like you have free will. Why are you buying into this? Are you being held hostage in the Hermes store? These $4,000 bags are just a side quest. In addition to the sandals and the scarves and the silly little bag charms and whatever, they're just a side quest in your journey to get to the Birkin, to get to the Himalayas, dare I say. Because yeah, the most expensive Birkin is this, the Himalayan. These resale for over 100 grand, sometimes over 200 grand. Which again, money is fake, I guess. When it comes to Kelly's, the most expensive I saw on a resale site was $75,000, okay? There were many Kellys in the 40 to 60,000 range. The cheapest Kelly was around 6,000. The cheapest Birkin on this website was like 9,000, okay? So that gives us a lot of wiggle room, all right? Again, just collect your spare tens of thousands of dollars. Take your pick. And here's someone else sharing their tips for the Hermes game. Number 4, be normal. Please don't ask your Hermes sales associate about a quota bag every single time you see them. You're not allowed to ask about the one thing you actually want. You have to play it cool. This really is dating. Please don't throw a tantrum, get angry, cry, or be a weirdo. I'm like, okay. Valid advice for many public interactions. Act like an adult and be respectful. It's just a bag and it's supposed to be fun. I guess. On one hand, it is just a bag, of course, but it's also now a hobby that you've thrown thousands of dollars and many visits to the store, time and energy into. So yeah, it's hard to stay chill, all right? I imagine. Number 5, it's called the Hermes Game because you never really know how long it will take or exactly what quota bag you will be offered. Yeah, you don't know. It could take literally years. You could spend way over 20 grand and for some reason you'll never get offered the bag you want. You never know. Or you could get lucky. Some people get an offer like the first time they walk into a store, they buy like one scarf. Who knows? Isn't that fun? That's part of the game. I love playing games. How much I spent and what I bought before being offered my first Birkin. Sandals, 450 euros. A couple more pairs. I'm gonna say these sandals are ugly. I'm gonna say it, in my opinion. A card holder, silk scarves, this 600 euro mini belt. Total around 5,000 euros. You don't need to spend insane amounts of money to get a bag. 5,000 euros is not a lot of money. I love this world in which people, again, agree to play this game and then decide that having spent $5,000 as like your entry fee is totally worth it and actually not a lot of money. That's fun. That's a fun life. And finally, we get to your special day, okay? You've been waiting for this for a long time. You get a call from your sales associate. Hello, we may have something for you. Come to the store. Are you kidding me? Today's the day. They bring you to a private room. You're hanging out. You're so nervous. What's gonna happen? You've got butterflies. And then they present their offering. They show you the iconic orange box, the dust bag, and it's probably not your top choice. What do you do if they give you something you don't necessarily want? You can be brave. You can ask, hey, do you have anything else? Are there any other options? Do you have any other colors maybe? You don't want to push your luck though, okay? We're still in the game. You think the game's over, it never ends, all right? You're still walking the tightrope. You cannot piss off your sales associate. You don't want to seem disrespectful. All right? You also don't want to seem broke. No broke energy here. Oh, what? You don't want to buy this bag? Why? Do you not have unlimited money? Are you a loser? Grow up. So you have to play your cards very, very carefully. My favorite thing from a lot of these videos is like you don't even necessarily hear them be like, oh yeah, I thought about it. Oh, I actually really do love this bag. I love this shape. It actually suits what I wanted. It's just more like bag offered and they're like, yes, I'll take it. Whatever it is. Yes. Again, I guess there are certain customers who, even if they disliked it, they wouldn't voice it. Because again, even just being offered to buy a bag, being invited to buy a bag is considered a big deal.
Quick story time on how I got offered a quota bag at my very first ever Hermes appointment with absolutely zero purchase history.
Zero purchase history?
This is me walking with my sales associate. I was shaking at this point. I was absolutely so nervous.
Okay, my last video about the influencer accent, one comment was like, when influencers are like, I'm so scared, and they're like eating a yogurt. That's so funny. I'm shaking. I'm freaking out. They're about to offer me a purse I can buy.
And this was the very first bag that she offered me. I don't know how this is life. I don't know how I got this lucky. Also, this color is incredibly, incredibly rare. This is a Birkin 25 with palladium hardware, Togo leather, and the color is Eben, which is a gorgeous chocolate brown. This is me trying her on as if I wasn't going to get her. Of course I was going to get her.
Of course I was going to get her. Of course. Again, I think a majority of people who are invited back into the room, and that's the whole point of like building up this like brand loyalty, obviously, the game, they know they've already got you at least 85% of the way there, regardless of what they show you. You're already mostly invested. It would have to take a pretty bad bag for you to not buy it.
I am in utter shock, in utter awe, just like taking in all of her gorgeousness.
I'm in shock and awe. It's a purse. It's a purse. I'm not luxury clientele. I know that, but like, it's a purse. All right, let's go to our next shopper.
I think Hermes must have seen all the hate comments I was getting about wearing my Kelly too much because they finally offered me a Birkin. I headed to the store and waited patiently, wondering if this was one giant prank. But lo and behold, the orange box came out and
I love the music. The magical, wistful, whimsical music, like Christmas Day. Well, I guess it is like Christmas Day, yeah.
I honestly almost fainted. I was offered a Birkin at 25 in Cabane Blue, which...
Pause. That is 8,580 pounds. And that's not even the end of the shopping trip.
Next stop was Harrods. I wanted to get Anya something for helping me. She's been my assistant for nearly 2 years and I would never be able to get a Birkin without her.
To hear someone say, I could never do this without you, and we're talking about buying a purse. Incredible fantasy world that some people live in.
I chose a Louis Vuitton passport holder and then we headed upstairs for some lunch. I've never been here, but it was so cute and cozy. Obviously, had to get the tube home to humble myself.
Sorry, hold on. Had to get the tube home to humble myself. I could unpack this for an entire hour. Okay, do you need to be humbled? Maybe, if you feel you do. The fact that taking the tube is a humbling experience, according to you, hilarious. Again, whoa, taking public transportation, how humbling. All right. Did you also probably just use it as an opportunity to like weirdly show off your Hermes bag on the tube? But what I mean here is like taking the tube in itself is for the content. Like, that's an interesting twist for your video. And you get to like film the B-roll of like you in the tube with an Hermes bag. And does everyone in here know that I just got a blue Birkin? Hello? It's like, wait, actually that doesn't seem humble at all. Oh my God. My bangs look like a helmet right now. Help. Like trying to show off like I'm a cool girl. Like, yes, I take public transportation once in a while. But then I saw another one of her videos and she said this: buying a Picotin because it's the only Hermes bag that's safe to wear in London. And at first I was like, what do you mean? I guess she's implying that any other bag is gonna put you at risk of like being mugged or whatever, being targeted, but that this Picotin, again, $4,000 bag is like chill enough. I get it. Like, you know, it is good to have your wits about you when you go out in public, especially in a city. Like, it's, if you're not paying attention, it's easy to have pickpocket, you know, your phone could be stolen, your bag. You gotta be aware of your surroundings and maybe not, you know, flex all your best jewelry or like anything that's irreplaceable. I get it. But yeah, to say that like a $4,000 luxury bag is like your throwaway everyday casual bag is hilarious. Also, I don't know this girly, but the implications she's making about London and like the inherent lack of safety on the tube, I'm just like, ooh, yikes.
This is the second bag I've got from the Hermes wish list. I can't believe it's mine. I feel so lucky and I'm so grateful. I'm officially a Birkin mum.
That's another recurring theme that I saw in a lot of these videos, is the idea of being a lucky girl syndrome, which of course is like related to the law of attraction, like manifesting, bringing all the things you want into your life. And it's like, I don't know if like, again, having money, spending money, and then getting to buy a bag falls under lucky girl syndrome. I don't know if you're lucky. It appears you're just rich. I think that's a pretty straightforward thing, because if this were lucky girl syndrome, wouldn't we just be getting random people off the street who've spent $0, maybe walking by an Hermes store and they open the door and they say, hey, you, please take a free Birkin. And you say, oh, really? And they say, yeah, it's your lucky day. That's kind of more what I would say. Or maybe lucky is just now like the new euphemism for rich. Yes, I'm very, very lucky. We know what that means. Wink, wink. It's the same thing as being like, I come from a comfortable family. We're like, oh, okay. 3 vacation homes. Got it.
It's crazy because 20,000 people apply a day and only 200 people get appointments. I feel my lucky girl syndrome. It was a shit show to get here, but since I've got here, I've been lucky so much so far.
Right. Another element is you have to, I guess, be lucky enough in the Hermes lottery to even get an appointment.
I literally walked into Hermes today and they offered me a bag. I go to Paris every single year for my birthday, so I had a feeling if I walked into Hermes today, she would offer me my dream bag. I was having a lot of nervous energy because I think it's finally happening.
First of all, I absolutely love all of the content that is being filmed in every Hermes store. The number of influencers who must go in there and film their vlogs. Of course, they've got to document the process. You can't just buy a Birkin without filming it. I get it. I'm an influencer, but I just love it because I'm like, I would feel insecure because I'm not in fancy places often. I'd feel insecure filming, but there's this like twist where it's like probably the richer you are, the more comfortable you are filming, because like, again, you feel like you deserve to be here and you don't feel self-conscious even like vlogging in public. And like half of the shots are like there's an air about them, you know? There's like a confidence and almost like a very like deserving, it really is like winner vibes, lucky girl vibes, I guess. Am I making any sense? I don't know.
Spoiler alert, I ended up leaving Hermes with 2 bags today. So if you want to see what they look like, stay tuned.
Left Hermes with 2 bags. 2 bags!
Let me tell you all about it. I made an app with my essay to renew my wish list, and my plan was literally to pop in for 5 minutes, gave my name, sat down and waited. Any person who has ever shopped at Hermes knows that you could be waiting 1 minute or 1 hour.
Sorry, you have an appointment and you might just be waiting an hour? Who knows? In what other circumstance would these rich people tolerate that, you know? Some commenters asked whether like this entire Hermes game is really a humiliation ritual, and I'm like, you've got a point there. You really do. And someone else wrote, honestly, being an Hermes sales associate seems so fun. It's like being a dominatrix, but for rich people. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. Spend more money. How much money do you have? As if I'm not gonna role play being a financial dominatrix right now, but you can imagine. Somebody else said, not exactly. It's more like an abusive spouse that promised you something 1,000,000 times and yet never delivered. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's not disrespect the dominatrixes here.
This is where things took a turn. My SA came over looking horrified and informed me that he had double booked me. He was extremely apologetic and said, is there anything I need?
Again, I love her vlogging and filming her annoyed expressions. It really adds a lot of flavor to the video. I'm glad we get to see what she's really thinking.
So I took my chance and asked for a bag. He said, I promise if we have it, it's yours. He beckoned over to her manager and told her by no uncertain terms to get me this bag.
This is so dramatic. I love it. Oh, it's fascinating. Hold on, my sales associates are calling.
We have a nice surprise for you.
Within moments, I'd been taken to a room while she went off to find said bag.
Again, I love that all these girlies are openly vlogging in Hermes. Like, they're trying to seem chill, but they also are trying to film and capture their excitement and their nervous energy. So that contrast is really interesting. Like, you would think in person in the store, yeah, you want to be calm, collected, maybe even like a little disinterested, But then like on camera, you're like, oh, you have a bag for me? Okay, let's see it. Holy shit.
She then proceeded to walk in with 2 boxes.
Like, again, is she by herself in the room right now, or is the sales associate right off camera? I love an open vlogger. It's very brave.
I have wanted the mini Evelyn for the last year or so, and no joke, I have probably asked close to 15 times.
15 times. Asking 15 times. That takes so much dedication. I simply would give up after maybe 2 asks. If this was something I was trying to do, 15 is a lot.
I agreed to take the black mini, but just asked her to double check they had no others in my other color choices. What she did next took me by complete surprise.
Again, I love the way that she's narrating this. What happened next may surprise you.
She then produced the bag in gold with gold hardware, and then again in dark green with gold hardware. I was a bit lost for words. I consistently asked for this bag for the last year, and suddenly I'm being offered the bag in all my favorite colors.
Now this is interesting because a lot of people talk about in the Hermes game, like, are the sales associates just messing with you? Because yeah, randomly all of a sudden they pull all this stock out of the bag and it's like, wait, for 15 visits you've been telling me you have nothing, and then today you have 4 different bags? And you're offering them to me all at once? What's going on? I don't know if that is part of the elaborate scarcity strategy. I feel like it does add to the excitement of like the gamble, you know? Because you're like, oh, like I've seen some people on TikTok, they get invited to the back room and they get offered 4 things. So I feel like it increases your hope as a shopper. But also, again, it's such a roll of the dice because sometimes you get back there and they offer you 1 bag only and they're like, nope, that's it. That's the only option today. So you never know what you're gonna get.
I decided to take that instead. We then updated my wish list and I paid. What an unexpected Hermes surprise.
That's my favorite as well. It's like you buy a bag and then you're immediately adding something else to your wish list because of course, it's not even just assumed, but like it's guaranteed that you will be buying another Hermes bag in the near future. It's not even like, oh, I finally got my bag, I'm good. Like even if that was like a Birkin, there's 0 chance that she buys her 1 Birkin and she's like, all right, I'm good for life. Thanks, see ya. It's like, no, that's just the beginning of the addiction, the collection. Now is when you really get to start branching out.
The first bag I bought was a Constance, which was extremely expensive. I paid £6,500 for it last year.
£6,000 bag last year, okay.
This bag in comparison was much, much less. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I have been after this bag for a good year or so. It's probably one of the cheapest bags that Hermes sells. It is in fact the Mini Evelyn.
The Mini Evelyn, a little cheapy bag, just a little tiny something.
She was able to source 4 of the Evelyns for me, 3 mini, 1 medium.
And I am obsessed with the source language. She was able to source this for me. Again, it's like, you mean like she grabbed it from the back. The illusion of scarcity. If you mean source, as in somewhere further down the line, your sales associate like specifically ordered and had a bag come in just for you, I guess you could consider that sourcing. But again, I'm like, if I'm just like going back there and grabbing a couple more colors, I don't know if we're gonna be calling that sourcing, all right? I'm gonna source some dinner soon.
And it is purely just a casual day-to-day bag for running errands. It is not meant to be a special bag. It doesn't replace the Kelly or the Birkin. It's just an easy bag. This bag was £1,660, which for Hermes I feel is quite reasonable.
£1,600 just for your casual everyday bag, you know, your run around town bag, your shit bag. Again, to be at this level of wealth, can't imagine it. Here's the thing though, I will say, I am absolutely in favor of people using their bags. If you're gonna be buying luxury designer bags, I would love to see people out and about. Like, I love a lot of people reference this, but like Jane Birkin herself, her bags were beat up, they were used, like she would just throw anything in them. She would put all the little charms and crazy stuff on them, and that's like why that became a trend. But like that was genuine, like she genuinely loved and used her bags. Same thing with like Kate and Ashley Olsen. Like a lot of people point to them and they're like, ooh, icons that like, wow, they're so chic that they actually use their bags, and you can see their bags are so like worn in and loved and like crumpled and casual. And it's like, yeah, again, in this whole huge conversation about like old money, new money, quiet luxury, it's like a lot of times what really gives off more of like an effortless, wealthy vibe is like, oh, you're so rich that like you don't even have to treasure your Birkin. Like you use that Birkin, you take it out, it gets dirty and scuffed, and like you use it. Wow. And again, I get that some people buy these as investment pieces and literally put them in their closet, never touch them, they're in a dust bag, safe. You know, that's your strategy. But yeah, I love to see people actually use their bags. If you're gonna spend even £1,600 on a little day bag, good, use it. Like that's a high quality bag. You should get some really great use out of it. I would much rather see these bags oot and a boot rather than being hidden away. Let's continue with the delusion.
I will never understand the hype behind Hermes. The marketing is genius. I don't understand. I don't want to understand. It is delusion. That's what it is. The day you thought I was going to come in your store and spend my own money to purchase a bag that you feel like giving me, the day you thought you were going to ignore the bag that I told you I want to buy and bring me out whatever is available and I'm supposed to just take it because it's Hermes, that whole store can go to hell. And then some of them are made with whatever kind of leather that is so delicate that you can't have lotion on your hands when you touch it because the oil from the lotion will ruin the bag. Or you got to buy a twilly to protect the handle. Or you can't close the bag. You got to wear it open looking crazy because it's too much of a hassle to unlock the bag. What?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, if the bag is so precious that you're scared to touch it, not a fan. Not a fan. Makes sense why I am not the ideal luxury bag consumer, but I guess that's the central thing of why this doesn't compute to me. I'm like, the idea of buying a bag that I'm not gonna use because it's too nice, that doesn't add up to me. I've been rocking my vintage Coach bag. I think I've had it for, I almost just said her, influenced by this video. I've had her for, I think 2 years now. I wear her every day. She's full of crumbs and receipts. Sometimes has some diaper cream on the side, yogurt, you never know. I'm the type of person that can't even really have a white shirt because it will get stained like immediately. My daughter's in a berry phase right now. Any outfit I put on, this is gonna have some blackberries on it. And by the way, I do hear and acknowledge just how not like other girls I'm sounding throughout this entire video. I'm not a luxury girl, we get it. I know. I'm not trying to be annoying. I'm not trying to say I'm better or different. I'm just saying I'm not wired for this. I've got my special interests, okay?
It's giving jealous. Jealous? Why would I be jealous? I have the Bodhi Fall Winter 2007 flute satchel as seen on Gossip Girl. Anyway, it doesn't matter if you like it, because I like it, and it was bought with intention. I was addressing the women who don't like their bags, but felt compelled to buy them anyway.
Yeah, I think that's an important point, is like, nobody is literally forcing you to buy that bag. You're admitting that you bought a bag you don't like because you felt like you had to. That's objectively a weird and crazy thing to do. No matter how much money you have, I'm like, that's wild. Okay. And again, I love when people figure out something that they truly enjoy. That's all I want to see, is people being like, hey, I found my bag, whether it's like a $5 bag, you thrifted it, it's a $5,000 bag, whatever. You find one that you truly love, you use it all the time, you get a ton of use and wear out of it. I'm like, yeah, cool, awesome. I will support that over like hoarding a bunch of bags any day. Lastly, perhaps you've watched all this and you realize, I don't want to play the game, okay? I'm not interested. Great news, you can just buy the exact bag you want from a reseller. You can shop secondhand. Some of these bags are like brand new, but yeah, not getting them directly from the store. These are actually more expensive because again, the the Birkin resale market is so crazy. But regardless, it's like, okay, at least you don't have to pay the like fees of the Hermes Game. Therefore, like, channel your big budget straight to the bag you actually want in the color you want. Wow, a concept. There's this account that shows people shopping in this luxury, you know, resale store, and it's pretty fascinating.
I'm not getting any younger. I don't have time for Hermes to offer me a bag, so I'm here to buy my dream bag.
We don't have a budget.
Yes, I think I really like these two.
Okay.
I don't think I can have both of them, can I?
I mean,
I love the awkward pause. She's like, I'm joking, but can I have two, baby?
You said you don't have a budget, so she's right.
Well, we only came for one bag.
There you go.
Yes, you're right.
He's like, no, we came here for one. Also, again, perpetuating the stereotype of like, my man will buy me my bag. I'm just like, ugh. I mean, I guess, hey, if you have a man who will buy you your bag, that's great. Good for you. But I don't know. If you view it as like, okay, here's your partner and they want to get you this gift that you really want and they've got the budget to buy you something real fancy, whatever, really special. Okay. But again, it's always like the specific lens of woman asking husband to buy her nice bag. It's like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like a scenario where the man has all the power.
So we just sold a Birkin 25 Verdue matte alligator on gold hardware to this gorgeous lady.
That bag is expensive. I think I saw that on another retail site for like 60,000. Verdue. I want to work in one of these shops and like try to be really annoying about the French pronunciation. Hermes un sac Verdue. My French is flopping. I'm losing it. And lastly, I have to show off this woman buying a Birkin for a very special occasion.
We're having a gender reveal party. The results are in this envelope and I need to buy either a pink or a blue bag. It's for my sister.
Okay, that is actually so exciting.
We love a gender reveal and we love buying a 30,000 pound bag for that occasion. Rich people shit. I love it.
I hope it's a girl, but I think it's a boy.
Because it's a girl.
Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, that's lovely. She will love that.
It's so cute.
She will love that. And how much is it?
It's up for £25,000.
Amazing.
Is this the one we're going with?
This is it.
Perfect.
But now I'm like, okay, I wish we saw the actual gender reveal because what is the reveal? Is the reveal? Are you telling me that the reveal is gonna be, there's a party, everyone's there, they pull out a box, it's orange, everyone's like, it's Hermes! They pull out something, it's a Birkin! Oh wait, it's pink, it's a girl. Oh, okay. Gender reveals are always absurd. But honestly, I'm like, again, if I were the type who enjoyed luxury bags such as this, I'd be like, yeah, let's use my gender reveal as an excuse for you to gift me a 30,000 pound bag. Yeah, I want a pink Birkin. That's a good reason, actually. Anyway, wow. Final thoughts. Again, if you're gonna spend so much freaking money on a bag, please use it. Please stop with the collections. I try to give the benefit of the doubt to people who have collections. I'm like, yeah, it's fine to have a collection, but I'm like, is it though? Abby made a great video near the end of her video. Oh, did she? Abby made a great point at the end of her video.
Goal for Hermes. It has always been about creating a product that will last for decades, so you only need to purchase one or maybe two. Displaying multiple unused Hermes bags on your shelves in your closet as the background for your TikToks is just as disgusting as buying into a fast fashion product that's mass-produced in questionable factories with shitty materials that will never decompose. If you didn't have 20 fucking Birkins to overinflate your ego, there would be more Birkins to go around, thus ending the game. Quickly, to my millennials, did you just lose the game?
Yeah, like to buy a literal hand-sewn, incredibly high-quality piece of craftsmanship, to buy this bag and not even get to use it or appreciate it. And again, like that one bag could have so much life. It's such good quality. It could last forever. To think that so many of those bags, the vast majority of these bags, like Birkins and Kellys, are pretty much unused and just sit on display or maybe even hide away in a bag or a box somewhere, just feels so wasteful and pointless. Again, for the sake of someone's collection, just to say they have it, to say they have X number of Birkins, or I guess again, that's their low-key, high-key investment strategy, which, all right. Anyway, thank you again to Kitsch for sponsoring today's video. Very excited, you guys, to have a sponsor on this channel because that means this channel will actually be feasible for me to afford to spend time on. So we'll be making more videos, more casual commentary videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know how much money you've spent at Hermes and how many Birkins and Kellys you've bought so far. I've bought literally 25 scarves and 43 pairs of sandals and they haven't offered me anything. I'm sick of it. Okay, thanks, bye!